Hello and welcome to a podcast on blood pressure awareness. My name is Sukant, Dr. Sukant Kurana. I'm here with my good friend Kashif Hanif. Dr. Kashif Hanif is a specialist doing research in CVS area, Central Vascular System. So both Kashif and I are going to discuss about the problems of blood pressure in this series of podcasts. We are going to focus in a way on issues which matter to public and how public can be benefited by this information. So first of all, welcome Kashif.
Thank you.
So Kashif, I would like to start by asking you the first basic question. What is blood pressure?
Sukant, this is the very pertinent question, what the blood pressure, because rise in blood pressure or high blood pressure has really become a menace to health all over the world. And I would say that unfortunately people are not aware the consequences of having high blood pressure for an extended period of time. So for a layman, I can say that as we know that heart pumps blood through arteries, and those arteries takes the blood to different organs. So when heart pumps the blood through the arteries, it creates a pressure in the arteries. But when this pressure in the arteries goes beyond a certain limit and it remains elevated for an extended period of time, it is termed as high blood pressure. Generally, blood pressure is of two types: systolic blood pressure. It happens when the heart contracts and it must be around 120 mmHg. And the second blood pressure is the diastolic blood pressure, that is measured when the heart is in the relaxed state. So that's called the diastolic blood pressure. It is around 80 mmHg. So when the blood pressure goes beyond 120 mmHg or 80 mmHg and it remains so for an extended period of time, the person is said to be suffering from high blood pressure.
So Kashif, I think you've raised also informed about a very important thing about the extended period of time, because let's say you're running away from a danger. You're suddenly anxious, the blood pressure is going to shoot up, and that's a natural response. So that is not a blood pressure problem.
Yeah, sometimes when you're engaged in some strenuous physical exercise, or you are under stress or anxious, as a natural reaction of our body, blood pressure may shoot up, but that's not a question of worry. But if it remains so for an extended period of time, like 1 year, 2 years, then a person must consult a clinician or a doctor
and take appropriate medicine.
Appropriate measures.
So thanks, very well said. But we'll obviously expand into issues of blood pressure further. But do you think it's a very serious problem? Because people talk about obesity, diabetes, blood pressure. So what's your take on it? How severe is the problem globally?
Blood pressure is a really severe problem all over the world, because to make the things more lucid, I can say blood pressure is like a dormant volcano. When it erupts, it will bring a great amount of devastation.
Yeah.
Because if a person is keeping high blood pressure for an extended period of time, it may lead to stroke, that is the blood rupturing of the blood vessels in the brain. It may lead to that may result in the paralysis, and high blood pressure may lead to the heart failure, and high blood pressure may lead to atherosclerosis. Because of that, blood supply to different organs gets reduced.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wonderful. So basically, if blood pressure is up, the quality of life would severely go down.
Yeah, would go down. And as you pointed out that people talk about obesity and diabetes, so I must point out this thing that blood pressure comes with all these things.
Yeah.
A person is obese or he's diabetic, then he's likely to suffer from hypertension as well. Even if he is having some renal problems or kidney problem, even then he's likely to have blood pressure, high blood pressure.
Wonderful. We'll talk about blood pressure more. That's it from us. Here's Sukant and Kashif signing off for the first episode. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.